Hello and welcome to IP Study Video Lectures. Today we will discuss the 21st chapter of Grade 8 English Grammar. And our topic is active voice and passive voice. Before we discuss further, let us understand what is a voice in grammar. A voice in grammar shows whether the subject is doing the action or the subject is receiving the action. When the subject does the action, the sentence is in the active voice. And when the subject receives the action, the subject is in the passive voice. This is what we are going to discuss in detail in this chapter. Before the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify sentences written in active and passive voice, understand the concept of active voice and passive voice, apply rules for changing sentences from active voice to passive voice. Let us understand this example. Wow, is that a new football? Yes, the football was gifted to me by my dad. Here, the answer of the question is in the passive voice because here the subject is receiving the action. The object is first in the sentence. Then we have the to be form of verb, past participle of the verb, and have the infinitive by, and then we have the subject. This is in passive voice. So this is what we're going to discuss in this chapter. What is an active voice? What is a passive voice? How to identify them? That means we should know what is the structure of active voice and passive voice. Let us read the following sentences. Take a look at the following sentences and observe the change in the structure of the sentences, although the meaning remains the same. Let us read the first example. Ayan gave Shreya a book. Now this sentence is in active voice. Now let us read the second sentence, which is in passive voice, and understand the change in the structure of the sentence. A book was given to Shreya by Ayan. So, as we discussed earlier, in the active voice, the subject does the action. And in the passive voice, the subject receives the action. Let us understand the structure as well. The structure of the active voice is subject, Ayan, then we have the verb, gave, then we have the object, a book. So the structure is subject, then verb, and then object. Whereas, let us understand the structure of the passive voice. The passive voice, we have the object first. Then we have the to be form of the verb. So this is the object. Then we have the to be form of the verb, was. Then we have the past participle of the verb, given. And then we have the subject, right? So object, to be form of verb, the past participle of the verb, and then we have the subject. A book was given to Shreya by Ayan. Now, keeping the structure in mind, let us read the next sentences. She baked a delicious cake. This is in active voice. A delicious cake was baked by her. This is in passive voice. Now, we will study active voice and passive voice in detail. So, when the verb in a sentence shows that the action is done by the subject, the verb is in the active voice. That means the sentence is in the active voice. For example, Shreya won the match. He teaches Hindi. Passive voice. Passive voice is when the action of a sentence happens to the subject, rather the subject doing the action. Voice is the form of a verb that shows whether the subject of a sentence is performing the action, is doing the action, or receiving the action. If the subject does the action, then it is in active voice. But if the subject receives the action, then it is in passive voice. So here passive voice is when the action is received by the subject. For example, the match was won by Shreya. So Shreya, the subject, has received the action. English is taught by Mr. Ansari. Also remember, in passive voice, the object comes first and subject comes later. Whereas in active voice, the subject comes first and object comes later. Let us understand the rules for changing active voice into passive voice. The object of the verb becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object while changing the active voice into passive voice. If in an active voice sentence, the subject to the object is a pronoun, it changes its form as shown in the table below. So from subject to object. So we have to change the position. If the object of the verb becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object. So in active voice, from subject to object, when we change the pronouns, let us understand how we change it. What are the rules to change it? So for example, if you have these pronouns in the subject position, like I, while changing it into object position, I changes to me. Similarly, he changes to him, she changes to her, you remains you, we changes to us, they, them, and it remains the same. So because you're changing the active voice into the passive voice, you have to change the pronouns as well because their positions are getting interchanged. Now from object to subject. So if you have these pronouns in the object position, such as me, while changing it into the subject position, this is vice versa. Me changes to I. Him changes to he. Her changes to she. You remains the same. Us changes to we. Them changes to they. And it remains the same. So pronouns such as I, he, she, you, it, we, they all come at the subject position. And pronouns such as me, him, her, you, us, them, it, they all come at the object position. So the structure of the active voice is subject, then verb, and then object. And the structure of the passive voice is subject, helping verb, that is to be verb, is, am, are. Third form of the verb, the past participle of the verb, and then the object. Let us read some examples to understand their structure in detail. In active voice, she is writing a book. Now in this sentence, she is the subject. Is writing, it is the verb, and then a book is an object. Now in passive voice, a book is being written by her. Now this sentence is in the passive voice. The meaning has not changed at all, but the voice has changed. So a book, the object has come to the first position. So object comes first and then is being written by. This is verb. So is being written by. So this verb is fragmented or is structured as you have to be form of verb, is being, and then you have past participle, form of verb, and then you have by. And then you put the subject at the end. A book is being written by her. The verb in the active voice sentence is changed into its passive voice form. To make this change, we use the correct form of to be verb, which is, are, am, was, were, being, been, with the past participle. It is shown in the following table how the verb is changed into passive voice form in different tenses. So in simple present tense. So if you have a sentence in an active voice in simple present tense, while changing it into passive voice, how do we change the helping verbs? So in affirmative type of sentences, The specially abled girl sings the song. This is active voice. Now we change it into the passive voice. So the song, the object will come first. The song is sung by the specially abled girl. So sings changes to sung, right? Is sung. In negative sentences, the specially abled girl does not sing the song, right? Now when we change it into the passive voice, the song is not sung by the specially abled girl. So does not sing, the verb changes to is not sung. And while changing the active to passive voice, we always add by. In interrogative kind of sentences, does the specially abled girl sing the song? Now does changes to is the song. Is the song sung by the specially abled girl? Who sings the song? By whom is the song sung? Right? In present continuous tense. So, if we have the active voice in the present continuous tense, is, are, am, and being as helping verb. Affirmative type of sentences, the government is ordering further investigation. Now, while changing it into passive voice, we put the object first. Further investigation is being ordered by the government. So, is ordering changes to is being ordered. In negative type of sentences, the government is not ordering further investigation. Further investigation is not being ordered by the government. Interrogative type of sentences, is the government ordering further investigation? Is further investigation being ordered by the government? What is the government doing? What is being done by the government? So when we had ordering, ing form of verb, present continuous form of verb in the active voice, while changing into passive voice, we added is being ordered. So is being was added and ordering, it was changed into the past participle form of verb, ordered. And that has been done in all of the sentences a bit differently. Doing, again the present continuous tense, being done. So being. So in present continuous tense, while changing into the passive voice, we added being to be form of verb, and the main verb was changed to the past participle form. When we have active voice in the present perfect tense, that means the sentences such as has, have, been as helping verb. So in affirmative type of sentences, the batsmen have demolished the opponent team's bowling attack. Now this sentence is in the present perfect tense because we have verbs have demolished. Now while converting this into passive voice, what are we doing? The opponent team's bowling attack has been demolished by the batsman. So have changes to has. So in the first active voice, we have demolished. But while changing it into passive voice, we add to be form of verb, been, has been demolished. In negative type of sentences, the batsmen have not demolished the opponent team's bowling attack. The opponent team's bowling attack has not been demolished by the batsman. So the object comes at the first place, the subject goes at the last place. In between the verb, that we have to concentrate, how do we apply the rules to them? So in present perfect tense, have changes to has been, and always use the past participle form of verb, of the main verb. Interrogative type of sentences, have the batsmen demolished the opponent team's bowling attack? Have changes to has the opponent team's bowling attack been demolished by the batsmen? Who have demolished the opponent team's bowling attack. By whom has the opponent team's bowling attack been demolished? Right? So who changes to by whom? When we have active voice in the simple past tense, that means was and were as helping verb. In affirmative type of sentences, the policeman arrested the notorious criminal. Now, we change it into passive voice. The notorious criminal was arrested by the policeman. So, now this type of sentence is in the simple past tense. So, when it is in the simple past tense, while converting into passive voice, we added was to the past tense form of the verb. In negative sentences, the policeman did not arrest the notorious criminal. The notorious criminal was not arrested by the policeman. In interrogative type of sentences, did the policeman arrest the notorious criminal? Was the notorious criminal arrested by the policeman? What did the policeman do? What was done by the policeman? So do was changed into done, and did not arrest was changed into was not arrested. Arrested, simple past tense, was simply changed into was. A helping form of verb was used, and we use the past participle of the main verb. So we always add to be form of the verb to the past participle, and while changing the active to passive voice. When the sentence is in the past continuous tense, right? So there, in affirmative type of sentences, the principal was delivering a speech, right? So was delivering will be changed to was being delivered by. In negative sentences, the principal was not delivering a speech. So a speech was not being delivered by the principal. In interrogative type of sentences, was the principal delivering a speech? So was a speech being delivered by the principal. Who was delivering the speech? By whom was the speech being delivered? So this is how we change the past continuous tense to the passive voice. When the sentence in the active voice is in the past perfect tense. In affirmative type of sentences, the farmer had plowed the field. The field had been plowed by the farmer. In negative sentences, the farmer had not plowed the field. The field had not been plowed by the farmer. In interrogative type of sentences, had the farmer plowed the field? Had the field been plowed by the farmer? What had the farmer done? What had been done by the farmer? So, while changing the active voice into passive voice and the active voice is in the past perfect tense, we add been, had been as the helping verb to the past participle of the main verb. When the active voice is in the simple future tense, he will provoke me. He will not provoke me. Will he provoke me? What will he do? So, in such sentences, we will add will be as a helping verb. So, I will be provoked by him. So, the main verb will always be in the past participle. He will not provoke me. I will not be provoked by him. Will he provoke me? Will I be provoked by him? What will he do? What will be done by him? When the active voice is in the future perfect tense, for example, he will have provoked me. He will not have provoked me. Will he have provoked me? Who will have provoked me? Now, while changing this into the passive voice, we will add have been to the past participle along with by to change it into the passive voice. So, he will have provoked me will be changed to I will have been provoked by him. He will not have provoked me. I will not have been provoked by him. Will he have provoked me? Will I have been provoked by him? Who will have provoked me? By whom will I have been provoked? In the passive voice, by is placed before the object. If in the active voice sentences, the subject is unknown or unimportant or obvious, by and the object is omitted from the sentences in the passive voice. For example, the man caught the thief, right? The thief was caught by the man. So here the subject was clearly given. It was known. So we added by the man. The postman delivers letters twice a day. Letters are delivered twice a day by the postman. So here it was clear, the subject was known. We make tea from milk. Correct? Now here we is unknown. The subject is unknown, unimportant or obvious. Tea is made from milk. Right? So in such type of sentences, we omit by and the object. But where the subject is known and important, we always include by and the object. If there is a modal with the verb in the active voice sentence, the verb is changed into passive voice in the following manner. Modal to be form of verb, the past participle form of the verb. Daniel can lift this box. This box, the object will come first. Modal can be form of verb, can be lifted by Daniel. So always use the past participle form of main verb. We should obey the rules. The rules should be obeyed. So the structure becomes, of course, the object will come first and then the modal, be form of the verb and the past participle form of the verb. Remember that only those active voice sentences can be changed into passive voice which have transitive verbs and therefore have an object. If they don't have an object, then they cannot be changed into a passive voice. That means intransitive verbs. The sentences with intransitive verbs cannot be changed into passive voice, because that is the main point while converting the active voice to the passive voice. Identify who is receiving the action and who is doing the action, and interchanging the object and subject's position. So if the sentence doesn't have the object, there is no point of converting it into the passive voice. Active verbs having two objects. So active voice is having two objects. Sometimes there are two objects in a sentence in the active voice, direct object and the indirect object. She gifted me a watch. Now the sentence above has two objects, me, a watch. Watch is the direct object because we are directly stating what did she gift? She gifted me a watch. Me is the indirect object, right? When such sentences are changed to passive voice, only one of the object is taken to the subject position. The other is retained in the object position. So you can do either, you can take the indirect object at the first position or you can take the direct object in the first position, only one of them. So she gifted me a watch. Now this can be changed into passive voice in two ways. You can take the indirect object at the first place, which was me. Me will change into I. Was gifted a watch by her. Or you can take the direct object at the first place. A watch was gifted to me by her. Right? So sometimes the sentences have two objects. So you can decide accordingly which one are you going to use. Both will be correct. But always remember that the pronouns, if they are taken to the subject position, you have to remember the rules for changing the pronouns, because you're changing their position from object to the subject. So the perfect continuous forms of tenses do not have a passive form. Now this is a very interesting fact. Commands such as close the window, don't lift the box. This is the active voice. Now what will be the passive voice? Let the window be closed. Let the box be not lifted. Advice. Obey the teacher. Take exercise daily. This in the passive voice will be the teacher should be obeyed. Exercise should be taken daily. Please read this text message. Please help me. such requests will be changed to you are requested to read this text message, you are requested to help me. These are those kind of sentences where the subject is unknown, it is unimportant, but there you have changed into the passive voice by using the words such as let, should be, and you are requested to, right? And the present, always remember, the present continuous tense forms, they do not have a passive voice because they're the actions happening right now. So before the end of this lesson, let us do a quick recap. Voice is that form of a verb showing whether what is denoted by the subject does something or has something done to it. That means if the subject is doing the action or the subject is receiving the action. That is the main factor to decide the voice in the sentence. Voices of two kinds, active and passive voice. When the verb in a sentence shows that the action is done by the subject, it is called active voice. When the verb in a sentence shows that the action is not done by the subject, it is called a passive voice. So this was all about active and passive voice. Thank you so much for staying with us. Stay tuned for our next video lecture. Till then, keep revising.